Oh yeah! Time to show you guys how to install a starter in one of these big old dirty furred 15,000 turbo sons of bitches. Woohoo! Alright, so I guess first thing, make sure that's the right starter. Switch. There we go. Beautiful. It's exactly like that somewhere, so I'm not too worried. And what you're going to want to do, crawl up underneath your son of a bitch. It's usually going to be mounted near the front. There's mine. Run right into there's the flywheel, part of my manual transmission. If you've got automatic, it's going to be mounted still to the transmission, but it's not going to be mounted to what's called a flywheel. On an automatic, it's called a flex plate. It's a lot lighter because it doesn't have to hold the momentum as much as manual transmission. There's the bottom of my pan there. And I got a couple little leaks, but whatever. So here it is. There's a starter. My new solenoid, my burnt out starter, so I'm going to have to take that out and save it because it's still good. Now, starter is probably going to be mounted by either 3 or 4 bolts. There's one. There's 2. There's probably a 3rd or a 4th way behind there. That's going to be just peachy to get at. Basically what you want to do is you just want to take those guys out, and it just poof pops out that way. First, you got to make sure you disconnect all these wires up here. If you don't, then you're going to break something, and no one wants to break anything. On these I already got this one off because that's the main one coming from my battery. Because on this truck, it's got a solenoid mounted on the starter. It's also got a relay mounted in the fender back in the engine compartment. So you turn the ignition, it hits the relay, which jumps this direct voltage here to the solenoid, which is triggered by this little switch wire here. It's basically like a relay, but it can just handle a lot more power to it. So I don't think you can really see that, but I'm going to turn the light on. Here we go. So it's mounted to, this one's mounted to this one here, and then this pole here, this post, is mounted to the starter. There we go, it's mounted to the starter. Okay, I'll just pull this out and give you a little look-see. Another handy little tip that I just remembered, on vehicles like this where you got a starter mounted solenoid, like this, good idea is to tape it. I was just about to do that and I forgot that I forgot to mention it. Just to tape it, because in case you touch it to something, like you touch it to the starter, touch it to the oil pan, or the frame, it's going to arc, and that's not good because you don't want to kill your batteries. Don't want to fry a connection either. So give it a good little tape from basically any part that's metal. So basically from this little joiner here all the way to this little teat. Just give it a good tape, quick tape up with electrical tape. That doesn't have to be good, just good enough. There we go, all taped up just so doesn't touch something. Nothing's gonna go zap zap. So just be on the safe side. Alright, so the 2 screws in the bottom and the 1 fucking screw on the back that was impossible to get at, they're out. So now we just pull this bitch out. If I even have enough room. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Oh, you're gonna be a whore, aren't you? Fuck. It's really hard to do this with one hand, too. So I'll put you like that. Go like, come on. Come on. There. Whew. And so you can see, I'll turn my light on, see in there, that's my flywheel. That's my block heater. And that's my exhaust. Just goes in there, just grabs under those teeth and just cranks. because that's directly connected to the engine. There's that ugly piece of shit. Now time to get the new one. Now you see they're the same, but slightly different. The old one is a bit longer. It's got this little nubbin on the end here. New one, if I look at the bolts, bolt holes, exactly the same. This new one's going to be a lot easier to get in because it's smaller, so I'm not going to have to wrench it as hard, which is good. So, the solenoid, the new solenoid, this post right here, as you can obviously see, is mounted straight to the starter. And this one here goes to your cable, and this is your switch wire. So this one's going straight to the battery pretty much, and this one's coming from the relay that's in here. I can't see, but it's like right there. Okay. Now I'll show you once it's in. Okay, so new buddy's in place. Haven't hooked anything up yet. Just got one bolt in there, halfway, just so it doesn't fall on my face. This is a little bit tricky to do when you're just laying on the ground without it jacked up. It's hard to zoom out because then it's like right in my nose here. So fucking yeah, there it is. This one actually really easy. Just went. And sometimes you get a little bit of pressure because it's pushing the gear back that way. So sometimes you just kind of gotta wiggle it while you're pushing it, and it'll just kind of pop into place. Alright, it's all hooked up. New solenoid, new starter. Wires in there all hooked up. Let's see how it cranks and fires. Hopefully it'll turn the bitch over. Alright. Clearly this MAF hasn't been started ran in a while. Oh, that shit's friggin' ice. Hopefully I even got juice in my batteries. Okay. Till the relays stop. If you can hear that. She's not even plugged in either, so this will be a grimy cold start. Turn it off. Okay, let's try it. See how good it sounds. Whoo! Jeez, that starter's got some fucking pep to it. Like, holy shit, I've never heard it crank that fast. Fucking like this. Give her a minute. Holy shit, boys, I finally got her. My tach's not working, but finally got her running. Had to add a fuel pump. Got it in line right now. Hopefully it doesn't cock me over when I unplug it though. So right now she's not hardwired into the truck or anything. So holy shit. Gotta make sure she isn't smoking. Okay, just a little bit. Looks like I can do a pretty good job working on my truck. Son of a bitch.